Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 3 in our 20 from 1986 series, and this is one of the all-time classic racing games. This was created by Sega and Yu Suzuki, who did a lot of super sprite scaling games for the company Sega, and this is Outrun. This had a couple of different cabinets at least. Maybe there was a third one, I don't remember for sure, but this was a huge hit. Not only is there really smooth sprite scaling, and there's a control panel, we got a steering wheel, gas, brake pedals, and high-low gear shift, but the track tilts up and down very smoothly too. Just a beautiful game. You are driving a Ferrari Testarossa Spider, and there is a guy driving it, and he's got his girlfriend in the passenger seat. But yeah, this game was unbelievable. I mean, Yu Suzuki did a lot of great games for Sega with sprite scaling, like Space Harrier was a big one. Hang On was another one. But this, I think, blew both of those out of the water. This was really impressive. You actually get to choose between 3 different musical tracks while you're driving, and they show you turn the radio station to play those tracks. It's kind of cool. But I definitely remember seeing this in the arcades. I think I was too chicken to play it. I was really kind of intimidated by racing games, but this really helped pave the way for future racing games, especially those in the 90s that got really awesome. But this game, and there's me being able to select tracks, but this game also lets you kind of choose your own path. There are 5 different endings in this game, and you will have the ability to take a different path when you see a fork in the road. And we will get to that later on. The music in this game is also wonderful. The music tracks are called Passing Breeze, Magical Sound Shower, and Splash Wave. Just terrific music, terrific smooth sprite scaling. Note that you don't race against other racers. There's just traffic on the road. Just gotta watch out, make sure you don't hit them. You can be flung from your vehicle, you and your girlfriend. You don't die, but it takes a while for the car to be put back on the track. And you have to be moving really fast and slam into something on the side of the road. This is where this first part gets tough, is where there's that twisty, windy track. Note that there's the fork in the road. This means that you're just about to the checkpoint, and this is where you get to choose whether you want to go left or right. Checkpoint. And I decided to go left. But the checkpoint restores your time. You start out with 80 seconds, and the checkpoint gives you like 50 or 60 seconds back. I'm not entirely sure. But you have a brake pedal, but I don't know that I recommend using it. I would just lay off speed at the tight turns, the really tight turns, or when the track goes left right real quick, and you'll see the caution signs ahead of time with a little twisty arrow to tell you that that's coming up. That's when you really got to be careful. That's the toughest part of the game, is those kind of twisty, windy tracks. And here comes the next checkpoint, and I just made it. Yeah, you get about 60 seconds actually, I think. I like the dust on the road effect. When you're driving by the sea, or by the seaside. You can actually go in the water a little bit just off the road. See it splash around. There are different types of areas. There's like desert. There's a sunset in the distance. There's farmland. There's like a big old rock wall. There's trees. Kind of out in the country. Really, really, really lovely graphics. Lovely colors to the different areas. And again, the sprite scaling. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it. You don't get a coast to a stop if you run out of time. See? Game over. Damn it. Well, I almost made it to that checkpoint. Got real close. That's the best I've ever done on this game. But you got to put in your initials if you made the high score list. I made number 1. I didn't get to beat the game. We will look at all the different endings, and yeah, there are 5 different endings. We still hear the game over music while the demo is playing. But there is ending A, ending B, ending C, ending D, and ending E. And you get to see kind of the course that you take at the bottom right. Maybe not here. But yeah, it's kind of obscured maybe by the... whoops. It's kind of obscured maybe by the high-low gear shift indicator. We are going to see me get to the end, or at least snippets of the first ending. And there's a little bit of farmland on the edges of the road. That can't make you crash. Trees and columns, other cars, signs. There's me getting flipped out of my car. Those can flip your car. Sometimes if you crash into something, you'll just spin in place, but that will still make you stop, and you'll have to be redeposited on the road. And here's an ending. I put on infinite time cheat, and so it'll keep counting even though I get to the end, and you get 1,000,000 points per second. And in this ending, these guys throw you up in the air in celebration, and then this sexy lady walks up, and then they stare at her and they drop you. There's some funny endings in this game. But that was ending A, and that is the path that I took. I went all left forks. And then I put in my initials. Yeah, that route indicator was at the bottom right, but like I said, it was kind of obscured by the high-low gear shift. What an awesome game. Incredible for its time. And we are going to look at me take the right fork at the very end instead. So I will get ending B. The game doesn't really tell you where in the world these areas are. They could very easily be, whoops, they could very easily be like American Midwest or South or whatever, but they never really indicate that. But yeah, watch out for those twisty, windy tracks. Those are, whoops, those are really tough to deal with. Some games take a long time to redeposit you on the road after a crash. Outrun isn't so bad, I don't think. And again, I didn't take off infinite time. So people are taking a big risk getting in the way. You could slam right into them, and here your car breaks down in this ending. Totally breaks down. And they show the path, and this time I took the right fork to get to B instead of A. And then we're going to look at ending C and D and E. We will also later on listen to the tracks that I did not listen to up to this point. And we've already listened. We'll play them all. What the hell? And now here is me taking the right fork to get to ending C. See all these dead trees on the side of the road. They really went the extra mile, pun intended, to really make this game one of the most memorable racers of all time. There was a sequel to this called Turbo Outrun, and you got turbo speed in that one. I might re-upload a video of that, because that might be on a future 20 from list. Anytime that you have a tight turn, like I said, don't really use the brake. I don't think you need to. Just lay off the speed a little bit. I'm no expert at this game by any means. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Whoops. We're just gonna scoot forward and get to the ending C. Once you see the bonus points start being tallied up towards the end, the computer takes over the driving for you. And here we see these camels. This is Middle East, I guess. And this guy gives you a magic lamp, and you rub it, and you get your own harem. Surely your girlfriend is pissed off. So yeah, I guess it is all over the world locations. Nothing specific. And again, I'll put in my initials. But that was ending C. And we'll look at ending D in just a little bit here. Oops. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I saw this at a nickel arcade first. I'd seen it at other arcades. This was such a huge hit, and it's totally understandable why. This had numerous home ports. Yeah, I spun in place and lost some time there. Actually, no, I didn't lose time because I had on infinite time. Yeah, here's where we see these rock columns on the left and right. These vehicles repeat numerous times. There's a pink Volkswagen Bug, and there's like semi trucks. You get I think 20,000 points if you pass a car, and note that your score really rises quick as you drive with high gear shift. So you get a lot of points in this game. But the high score list is in the millions, so you want to make sure that you keep that gas pedal down and try to keep it on high. If you're recovering from a crash, of course, start in low gear shift, and once you start to reach 100 miles per hour. There's that kilometers or whatever that is in the bottom left. Then switch back over to high. Do that every time you recover from a crash, or when you're starting the game, start in low and then switch to high as you reach 100 or get close to 100. And keep that high gear shift down, and just lay off the gas at the tight turns. And I don't use brake. I don't think I need to. You're in a serious time crunch. Yeah, I was just not big on racers at the time, but I was pretty blown away by the graphics and the sprite scaling. And some of these courses have really nice wide lanes, multiple lanes. And it has a stage indicator at the bottom. It says stage 5. This is the last stage, and I'm going to get was this ending D? Yeah, I think so. And they present the trophy to your girlfriend. #1 shotgun rider. That was ending D. And we still have one more ending, of course, to look at. Yeah, this had a Sega Master System port, probably a Sega Genesis port. And then there was a sequel, a console-only sequel called, like, Outrunners or Outrun 2049 or some, I can't remember for sure. There might have been multiple console-only sequels, but again, there was a sequel, an arcade sequel called Turbo Outrun. Pretty cool from what I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing the graphics for the first time and I was like, holy cow, this looks awesome. And the sprite scaling, which I didn't even know was the name for it back then, looked very nice too. Yipes! the guy and his girlfriend are just stunned. But yeah, you do not want to crash. Do not do that if you can help it. You can get away with it once, maybe twice on the first area, but after that, yeah, you're not gonna make the checkpoint if that happens. And again, once you see this, the computer takes over for you and finishes the race. Here's the final ending. This time they give the trophy to you. And the gal gives you a kiss, pissing off your girlfriend. Hey, buddy. That is ending E. What a cool game. So impressive for its time. That is Outrun. And like I said, there's numerous sequels. And, most of them, I guess, for home consoles. And we are going to listen to all the tracks, starting with, is this Magical Sound Shower?
Get ready?
Yep. Just a little sample of the music. I think it was the San Francisco Rush game that had musical tracks in it, or maybe there were numerous other racers that allowed you to listen to different tracks. And of course, the Grand Theft Auto games had its own radio station. You could listen to a whole bunch of authentic music tracks. We're just gonna see or listen to a little bit of it, and then I'll listen to the other tracks. And then we're going to listen to Splash Wave.
Get ready?
Yep. I'm not sure which track I like best. They're all good tracks. I just loved the graphics, the colors, just the smooth scaling, the look of the cars, and it cracked me up when you got flipped over and you just sat there kind of shaking your heads, waiting until the game deposits your car back on the track. And in just a moment, we're going to listen to the last track. And it was called Passing Breeze.
Get ready.
Yeah. I think you press left or right to switch between the different tracks. And then you press player 1 start to start your game. Or not press left or right, but turn the steering wheel. Yeah, I did not have a steering wheel for emulation. I think I just used the arrow keys left and right. And then I used, I think, shift for low, high gear shift, A for gas pedal, and S for brake, which I never used. And I don't think you really need to in this game. Well, that was Outrun, game number 3 in our 20 from 1986 series. Well, this is Crazy Clemry, so thanks for watching Outrun by Sega and Suzuki. Game number 3, and I hope you join me soon for game number 2. Hope you had a happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Take it easy, folks. Bye-bye.